Hey guys, rat update. Okay, haven't seen him in a day. But I feel his presence still. I feel he's still in this room. So he might just be another pet for me. I'm not sure. If you didn't watch my previous video, this won't make sense to you. But if you are keeping up to date with my second channel, then you guys know. I think we should name him at this point. Let me know what the rat's name should be down in the comments below. But without further ado, let's you beautiful soul, you, and me, check out the depths of Reddit, all right? And find out where the rats are in Reddit, all right? Let's get it. I don't want my fiance's best friend's wife to come to my wedding. I need to read that again. I don't want my fiance's best friend. My fiance's best friend. Got it? His friend's, your fiance's friend's wife to come to my wedding. Best friend's wife. Okay, there's a lot of got it. Lock it in. Let's read it. I don't really know what to do, and there is so much backstory here, but I am really stressing about this girl that's invited to my wedding. Girl, it's your wedding. Why'd you invite her? But anyway, I'm not really sure where to start because there is a lot that has led up to this moment. Ultimately, my fiance has had Matt as his best friend for 20 years. Matt is a cool and solid guy, but not trustworthy. Matt just got married to Kat a couple weeks ago. I feel like she's making up these names, but they had been engaged since 2022. They were never in a rush to get married, and anytime anyone asked, that's exactly what they said. After my fiance and I got engaged winter of 2025, and we knew we want... No way. I shit you not. I heard him. Okay, just gonna put my feet up. Anyway, after my fiance and I got engaged winter 2025 and we knew we wanted a short engagement, Matt and Kat immediately started planning their wedding after they found out. Odd, okay? When I attended her bridal shower and wedding, she wouldn't even look in my direction, and when I went up to congratulate her, she sounded less than enthused about it. I recently found out that Kat has been saying terrible things about me when I'm not around and essentially tries to turn one of my closest friends against me. It seems to be working. According to the people I heard from, that Kat was talking bad. They think she might be upset that I'm stealing her man's best friend from him. They're in a committed relationship and they're gonna get married. So this is, does she have a crush on your fiance? What's happening here? Okay. I don't think that makes sense. I don't want her starting any drama at my wedding. I don't want to be stressed that she and my other close friend are spending time together at my wedding. But this is technically my fiance's call, right? Because it's his friend, okay? And it's his friend's wife. Since it's his best friend's wife, it's as much his day as it is mine, but I don't want this girl bringing her shadow and putting a damper on my whole thing. What could the solution be here? Here's a suggestion, might be crazy, stay with me, talk to your fiance, you know? I think you could have a really drama-free conversation with him and just let him know what's happening. And if he's a reasonable guy, you guys will probably come to a conclusion. Is it a tough situation? Sure. It's weird to, you know, invite a really close friend and not have them have like a +1, especially if they're married. So that might be a little tough, but you should talk to him, I think, first. I think that's the first thing to do. Sucks. This whole situation sucks, by the way. I feel bad for you. This girl does not sound like a girl's girl, but I would just talk to your fiance and try to figure it out with him, because that is a good step towards a healthy marriage and a healthy relationship. Communication, okay? Anyway, commenter said, I think you are going to have a lot more drama if you don't invite her, to be honest. Just don't sit with her with your friends. That's what I think too. I kind of think taking the high road will kind of just be a little, just elbow to the face to her, because you're just like, I don't care. Just act so unbothered. Be an unbothered queen on your wedding. Yeah, I agree with that a little bit. OOP says, yeah, you're right about the drama. We are having a small ceremony though, 40 people. That's different. Like mine, I think mine was like 130, 40. Although like it was a big barbecue, but it was still a lot of people. You know, 40 people, not a lot of people. So I get that. And there's no seating assignment at the restaurant we booked. It's a buffet and kind of just a lounge type vibe. That's more difficult, I guess, but you can just choose to avoid her too. You're the bride. You can kind of do whatever you want. Anyway, commenter 2 said, OP, is this a pattern for you? And by this, I mean feeling like you have to manage everyone else's emotions to avoid conflict. Oh, okay. We have a therapist in the chat. Okay. The reason I ask is that your other post suggests maybe you find it deeply uncomfortable to put yourself forward or let other people manage their own reactions. If I'm wrong, then I'll shut my mouth. If I'm not, and this is a pattern, I feel for you. It's a hard pattern to break, but with work, it is possible. Okay, calling me out through a post that isn't mine. That was rude. Thank you for this. I've actually done a lot of work to get where I am, but it's still work in progress. I've always had issues with feeling like I'm a burden to others and just putting myself last because it's easier to regulate my emotions than deal with other people's emotions. Oh man, I feel that inside my bone marrow, dude. Another comment said, I don't think you can exclude her without drama, be the bigger person. People know who the a-hole is. Opie said, yeah, you're right. Really looking for boundaries I can set, or maybe have people that can run interference during the day. I don't know, maybe manage. I'm making this a bigger deal than it is. I mean, it's your wedding day. It's totally fair that you're thinking about this. And yeah, if you have other close friends or family that can be like, on the D fence, that would be awesome. That's a really good suggestion as well. Luckily, we have an update. So, fiance and I talked. Love to hear it. He had been growing kind of distant from this friend anyway, so he basically told me that we won't pay attention to them since it's our wedding, and afterwards we don't really need to associate with them. I think that's pretty good. After this talk, his best friend Matt called him on Saturday afternoon and invited us to his son's birthday party. When fiance told me about this, I asked who was gonna be there. Is it a small thing or was this planned and we were an afterthought? Matt's wife, Kat, would have done all the inviting to the party. Well, we show up and we were definitely an afterthought. Just another reason to cut these people out. This party was pretty huge. Grandparents and great-grandparents were there, all their friends and their family, etc. We ended up staying for a little bit, but leaving before most of the others. We kept to the plan we spoke about, even though the whole party thing hurt, especially since my fiance is supposed to be the kid's godparent. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, they're really close. Anyway, wedding day comes and this group of friends is running late. My fiance kept walking away from the officiant when they asked if we were ready to start to buy time for the friends to show up. Rude as fuck. What the hell? They were probably 20 minutes late. Whatever. I don't care. I'm as cool as a cucumber and I'm just going with the flow of the day. We get through the ceremony without a hitch after they arrive. After the ceremony, we do posed pics, family, friends, etc. We get to the girls' pic and Kat is like, do you want me in this? This is where you could get revenge. But I wouldn't have the guts to do that. I'm agreeable because I'm in a fantastic mood and I don't think anything of it. At the reception though, some of my high school friends tell me Kat is being weird, rude, and whatever. My other friend told me at the end of the night that Kat announced her pregnancy when I was in the other room. Oh, just kidding, she's pregnant. You know what? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All in all, there was no direct drama with me, and the day was everything I could have asked for and more. I think at this point we are planning on keeping these friends at arm's length and just living our lives. Thanks to everyone who gave me a constructive advice. It was helpful to get some outside perspective. You are a just in the nicest way, a ginormous person, like the biggest person. You handled that like a literal queen, like a princess, okay? You know, I like how you just brushed off that she announced her pregnancy at your wedding. That would have like been its own Reddit thing, but you just were like, and she did that? Pff, do I care? No. Love to hear it. Okay, top comment says, in this situation, I think keeping these friends at arm's length should mean not doing anything purposely to engage with them and leave the burden of mending the relationship on them. If they don't, then you know that they're no longer really your friends, and you can cut your losses. You all sound really young, so you've probably not yet learned that a lot of friendships you make early in your adulthood don't survive as you grow, mature, and choose different paths. I mean, there's plenty of, older people that still go through this kind of stuff, so. But yeah, no time for that, no time for that. Another top comment says, fun fact, if you announce your pregnancy at someone else's wedding, you don't get good attention. You just look like a shitty person who shouldn't be invited to future big events. Yeah, I'm gonna be so honest though, if like one of my friends or my sister or whoever announced their pregnancy at my wedding, I would be so happy. But, for anybody else, I'm like, bitch, that's fucking rude as shit. Anybody else feel like that? Anyway, let's move on. Boyfriend mad at me because he opened up relationship and got no dates. Am I the asshole for how I responded? Immediately no. Why are there so many of these on Reddit? Me and my boyfriend, both 37 years old, have been dating for just over 3 years. Prior to this, I was single for 8 years. Overall, it's been a healthy relationship. We are both independent with our jobs, living situations, etc. I do love spending time with him. I don't really have any complaints. However, something that startled me was back about 6 months ago, him saying that he wanted to open the relationship up, meaning going on dates and sleeping with other women. Oh, isn't that convenient for him? Or not, as we know. I've never been in a dynamic like this, so I naturally had a lot of questions. He told me that I could also go on dates and sleep with other men. I honestly was a little skeptical at first, but after doing some research and having some time to think, I agreed. You do you. He had told me that if at any point I wasn't comfortable, we could stop and close the relationship up again. One of the rules was we don't discuss with each other what we're doing or who we're going on dates with, etc. I signed up at a dating app, and within a few days, I had 500 likes. Nice. And it's been pretty steady since. So I started matching with people, texting and arranging dates. On average, I go on 1 or 2 dates a month. There are also some people in similar dynamics of open relationships that I'm going on dates with, sleeping with regularly. Damn, alright. I quite like the fact that everything is non-committal. So even though I was skeptical at first, I'm enjoying the open relationship. As decided from before, I hadn't told my boyfriend about any of this, right? Because he is the one who said it. Let's keep that in mind. I haven't read this post, but I feel like this is going to turn around and he's going to try to make you look bad and gaslight you, but I'm assuming makes an ass out of you and me, so let's continue. I was at my boyfriend's house the other day and my phone was on the kitchen counter. He saw my notifications and then proceeded to go through my phone and read messages. Oh. That's not cool, including going through the dating app and whatnot. To say he was angry was an understatement. See what I mean? Turns out he opened the relationship up to take out on a date a younger colleague at his workplace who misread his idea of a date as just a work lunch. Oh, look. He opened up the relationship to actually just what sounds like be with somebody that he knows really well and actually wants to be with. Because, he's a piece of shit. He then openly told me that he wanted to see if it would work with her so he could ultimately leave me for her. A tale as old as time. However, she didn't want him, and it seems like no one else did either. In the last 6 months, he's had a few rough dates, but no one additional to sleep with. I feel somewhat embarrassed for him. Don't. Close the door, lock it, leave him in there, okay? Go be free. He demanded we instantly close the relationship up, and I told him that maybe we should just end things, or at least take a break. He was outraged and called me names, but he was the one who wanted this dynamic, so what's the problem? I left, and as I walked home, I contemplated fully breaking it off with him. He's been blowing my phone up, and I'm not quite sure what to say. Listen, come closer. Listen, come a little closer, okay? Break up with him! No time of day, no benefit of the doubt. I'd say he's the devil, honestly. He is the devil. And I'm so happy that you at least got your kicks, you had a good time. So just go on, be free. You're 37, you're still young, okay? Doesn't even matter if you're young or not. Bye. Okay? Bye. I have no words for this. He admitted that he was stringing you along to see if this younger woman wanted him. If she had wanted him, he would have broken up with you for her, and you were asking if you were the asshole? Lady, you are a moron if you stay. Don't talk about her like that, okay? Don't you talk about her like that. That's really rude. But also, you are not the asshole and you should leave him. I'm honestly surprised she even considered sticking around after he told her that he had planned to leave her for another woman. Everybody's kind of like, everybody, and this is crazy to believe, everybody has different stuff going on in their life, and sometimes people get in really toxic relationships, like for a long time in their life, and that's all they know. So they feel comfortable being with someone, and they feel comfortable being bullied by someone, especially, in a lot of cases, a man. How about we give her a little grace? All right, Reddit, usually I'm on your side, but let's just give her a little grace, okay? Let's move on. I, 28 female, hate my boyfriend's 34 male hobby. Okay, let's see what it is. I have been with my boyfriend, who I'll call James, for about 5 months now. I can honestly say that I love him. However, one thing is driving a huge wedge between us, his love of, or should I say obsession with, Magic the Gathering. Okay, I don't know too much about Magic the Gathering. I know it's a game, I think. Let's see. Due to the nature of his job, he's on the road Monday to Thursday. We only see one another 3 days a week. I freelance from home, so I mostly have an open schedule. One of those days is entirely dedicated to Magic the Gathering. I think it's like, is it similar to D&D? I'm not positive. Maybe she'll explain it in here. I mean, we're at the shop from 3 until closing. Okay, yeah, so it's like you gotta show up and like be a part of it and everything. Okay, so you're there. Okay, the first one's in and the last one's out, always. Most mostly I'm okay with this. I know hobbies are incredibly important for socialization, and they overall improve your mental health and quality of life. Besides, I was made aware of this weekly tradition very early on in our relationship. Therefore, I never guilt trip him into not going. In fact, I go with him despite not playing or really understanding the game because he likes having me there. Yeah, so it's a game you gotta show up to and everything. Last weekend, he wanted to do Magic Friday and Saturday night. I informed him that I cannot handle 6 hours of Magic the Gathering 2 nights in a row. I told him he could still go, but I would either find something else to do or stay home and chill. He insisted he would stay with me and hang out, important as his daughters were in town this week before and we got 0 alone time together if my plans fell through. To be clear, I did not pressure him into not going. I told him I would not make the decision for him. He still chose to stay. That night, he spent 4 or 5 hours playing Magic online while I sat there and tried to get him to actually interact with me, to no avail. It was always one more game. He finally quit around 2 a.m. Okay, so you can also play online. Oh, got it. Okay, rough. All right. He went to sleep before we could have the Devil's Tango, which is separate but equally important issue. I have a high libido and he has a low libido. We have the spicy tango sessions about once a week, which has never been enough for me. Okay, it just sounds like you guys don't mesh. I'm gonna be honest. I think you guys just don't mesh. I never wanted to feel bad for needing the spicy tango sessions to feel close to my partner. I was led to believe he shared this view. Come to find out, we are not compatible in that way, and he is either unable or unwilling to compromise with me despite numerous talks about the subject. In 5 months, I could count the number of times he has initiated spicy tango sessions on one hand. Yeah, so you're talking about the Magic the Gathering stuff, but it sounds like in a whole other aspect, which is a very important aspect for a lot of relationships, especially for you, that you guys don't mesh, and that is a reason enough. It's been 5 months, just walk away, okay? Walk away. All right. Anyway, I guess I'll read the rest. He says he feels bad about not satisfying my spicy tango session needs and ignoring me last week to play Magic Online. However, I don't feel any sincerity in his words because we've been here before with my expressing that I would like him to scale back the amounts of magic in our relationships. That's a really funny sentence. Can you just scale back the magic, okay? The alchemy is just a little too much in this relationship. Okay, all right. I think you guys should break up. He likes what he likes, and that's totally fine. He can totally do that. He has a low libido. That's totally fine. That is how he feels. You can't change that in someone. You can always talk about it, but if he doesn't want to change it, that's not on him. So if you're not cool with all that, walk away. You know? Yeah, I feel like it's pretty open and shut. Let's read the comments. Why the hell do you feel you have to hang around watching him play Magic for hours once a week? Do something else. And don't stay in a relationship where there's this much spicy session incompatibility this early. He doesn't feel bad about not satisfying you, that he actually does anything about it. Again, it's just like, you guys just don't. There's not this. You guys aren't even there. You're not even doing it. So it's just like, it's like this shit, whatever that is. Oh, we have an update. So it has been 9 months since I posted. Wow. I got some good advice, which I mostly ignored, but I thought it deserved an update anyway, despite the fact that it got little attention. Well, you're on Call Me Chris 2 channel now, so sorry about that. Definitely getting attention. Our problems obviously ran deeper than that, than the post previous. He ignored me to feed his addiction to video games, including Magic the Gathering Arena, and he lied to me about our compatibility very early on in our relationship. While I wish I could say I walked away shortly after that post, I knew deep down I should have, but I didn't. We stayed together for almost 14 months, and not only did the situation not improve, it got much worse when he lost his job in early June. Oh no. Still though, I loved him and I thought he loved me, so I stayed and tried to remain patient with him. After all, he lost his job, and that is an obvious stressor. Then he got into school an hour from our hometown shortly before our 1-year anniversary, and it was decided that we would move in together the following month once I found a job in the big city. Oh, like, I'm not even gonna fully judge her because I feel like a lot of people, including myself, have been in relationships much longer than you anticipated. Like, you broke up with them in your head like 6 months before, but then all these things kept coming up. You're like, oh, but Thanksgiving's coming up, and after Thanksgiving it's Christmas, and then after Christmas it's our, like 4-year anniversary, and after that we had a trip planned here and with his family, and like one of his, and it just goes, just break up with them, okay? Save yourself. Now I know that now, but I get this. I did that met a few weeks ago and I thought things were on track. Exactly 1 week before I was supposed to start and we were to officially move in together, he got emotionally distant, which he expressed was because of stresses associated with a full-time job and taking night classes. But he never communicated any problems with us. Last Wednesday, he snapped at me on the way to work after ghosting me pretty much the whole day to let me know he was rethinking our relationship. Okay, now you can just walk out. He just gave you an out. We didn't get to have a conversation about it for almost an entire day. We talked, he said he needed more time to think and would let me know when he decided on Friday. Then he called and broke up with me in a 10-second phone call 5 minutes before work that same night. Okay. Like an idiot, I still clung to the idea that I could fix things if I only could show him living together would be fine. He allowed me to stay with him for 2 weeks while I looked for my own place in the city he moved to. I feel like he's cheating or something. And we decided to give it a try. I got up there and realized I hated the city, the job, and I could not emotionally handle being around a man who explicitly told me spending time with me felt like an obligation and his video games or chill time were more important. Yeah, you got run now. He's just telling you to leave and you should take it. It just hit me in an inexplicable wave. I left work and sobbed in the parking lot. I'm sorry. Then I suddenly knew this man-child was never not going to be selfish or prioritize anyone over what he wants and needs. Then she just goes on to say how she was just trying to be the cool girlfriend. It didn't work out. She should have listened to all the comments, yada, yada, yada. I feel bad. Oh, that sucks. But at least you're out. You know, you're out. You learned a heavy lesson, a long lesson, but you learned it, you know? Oh, man, that's rough. That's rough. Top comment says, I was a cool girl for ages. When I stopped being the cool girl, I met my now partner of nearly 19 years who thinks I'm the coolest chick he's ever met. I can't judge because I tried to be like that with multiple people. It's like, that doesn't bother me. That's fine. I don't care. She seems nice. You're all right. You're free. Be free. Find your person. Find the person that actually cares about you and wants to spend time with you and is loyal and stuff. You should probably do that. We all got to go through it at some point. Or some of us don't, and I'm jealous of those people. But, you know, it is what it is. That's it for this video, bud. I'll see you in the next one, all right? Name the rat in the comments. He's out there somewhere.